Therapy Army. Let's be having you, Therapy Army. Let's be having you. Get in. Get in. Get in. We said it last night on air. By any means necessary, Man United need to win this game. By any means necessary, Manchester United needed to win this game. And we did it. And we did it. And we did it. Obviously, they're lacking a lot of confidence. The confidence is not that great. But we dominated midfield. And Sabitzer gets injured in the warm-up. Eriksen starts, and we dominate the midfield. We really dominate the midfield. Listen, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Anthony has been the last 2 weeks. I'll just say, Anthony has been the last 2 weeks, so you can see glimpses from coming into his own. Him and Aaron Bissaka link better together. And 100%, him and Aaron Bissaka link better together because they're both mavericks the way they play. Navas today turned it back into the day. Navas, we should have put at least 6 past them. That 2 goal doesn't do the scoreline any justice. 100%. Big up to you. I know in United stand earlier. Yeah. Big up, yeah, man. Yeah, big up the United stand crew. Yeah, I was on there today. The panel, match panel after the game. Big up Northern panel was great today. Win today, 3 Premier League clean sheets, 3 wins in a row. Yeah, let's do it, Steph. We need more. We need more than that, Steph. But what's worrying me now is the injury. Have any of you seen the injury list? 9 players out. 9 players are out for Manchester United. We haven't got a big squad as it is, and we got 9 players out. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the bell so it lets you know when we're next live, people. But big up to all of you. Massive. Yeah, Manchester United. We're having it. We are having it. Yeah, we're having it. We are having it. Hopefully, get a couple of more people to jump on. But yeah, brilliant. Second half, I thought, wow, there was a space of a minute in the second half where we really dominated. And I was like, we need this second goal. We were all praying for this second goal. And Anthony, oh my God, that pass. That pass. I thought that was such a brilliant pass. It was a fantastic pass. And you know what? And I tweeted, Anthony, you little magician. Because the pass was better than the goal, even though Diego Dalot took that goal really so well. He took the goal really well. He lifted it. He didn't give Navas any opportunity to make a save because he dinked it into that bottom corner. And when he can finish like that, I'm shocked that's his first Premier League. Jarvis, welcome to the stream. Big up to you. Big up to Bumbaye. What the doctor ordered. It was what the doctor ordered. And we've got to give, I have to give credit when credit's due. Bumbaye called for it. Bumbaye said Eriksen should start. Bumbaye said we need to go for them. We need to meet fire with fire. And we certainly did that. And it's only because of Navas we didn't score 5 or 4 today. So big up to you, Bumbaye. But Jarvis, how did you see the game? How are you doing? How is it? Lovely Norway. Lovely sunny day again in Norway?
No, not today. But I can't complain. We have had beautiful weather the last 3 weeks, so everything is fine. Well, back to the game. The game was. I have to just check my notes because it was a good game, but it was a lot of things to put down on the paper. So well, I'm happy with the win, and now we are 12 points away from securing top 4, and we have 4 home games left. So I believe that we can do this. We can actually get top 4 now, even with all these injuries, because we have home games at Old Trafford. People can't beat us. So this will be good. This will be good. And the game was really interesting. It was an open game. Nottingham Forest, they were sitting back as we predicted, relying on pace from the strikers forwards. and we predicted it was going to be chaos with Maguire and the Chuckle Brothers, but everything ended well. So in the end of the day, we can't complain.
Yeah, big up to you. Big up Mundo. Big up Mumbai as well. Welcome, Mumbai. You predicted it. You said you wanted to go fire with fire. We got that. I thought the first half we were a bit shaky, but the second half I thought we took complete control of the game. And I thought in particular Eriksen was devastating in the way we controlled it. We bullied them in midfield. They wanted to play on a transition. We absolutely took Johnson out of the game. He's their main danger. They played a big man, and the big man was too central. And other than Maguire doing some UFC wrestling, some sort of wrestling with him in that first half and bringing pressure on himself and the rest of the team was crazy. But you called for it. You got it. Did you like what you saw? Navas rolling back the years, making him amazing saves.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you down.
Yeah, man, a nice one for that. But yeah, I thought today the game did go, apart from just in moments, generally the way I thought it would, having played them before. I thought we did exactly what my selection thought it would do, in the sense that get that ball, I don't want to go long, hem them in, push a high line, take that risk. And you saw how far on our fullbacks were bombing today. They were there a lot. And I thought Eriksen and Bruno absolutely controlled the game. They were fantastic, brilliant. The first 5 minutes, we need the game to settle anyway. And Maguire takes one for the team. But, to be fair to Harry Maguire, this is a guy, when you think about it, that we bought him when he was protected for England with 3 and pace at the back, and he's not asked to push a high line. England are able to get up the pitch a little bit more in international tournaments because they play 5, gives them cover, gives them a little bit of ball retention, which I think they're not known for. It's not been good. But now we're asking him to push a high line, and he's very slow. I've seen other great defenders push a high line, and if you're not fast, it is a risk you take, and you ask for trouble. Even City, Diaz is not fast, but Walker gets them out of trouble a lot of the time. So he does the right thing. He takes the yellow card, and then he's got to play the rest of the game on a yellow card. And I thought after the initial settling down period, I thought Maguire had a good game. I really did. I thought Lindelof had a good game. I thought the entire
Lindelof had
back
a really
line,
good game.
I thought
there was a massive difference between the two players. Lindelof was superb.
I thought, everybody today will, when you do the player ratings, from me, will get, apart from one player I looked at with a little bit of concern, but I'll get to that later. Everybody was at a 7 today. There was a couple of 8s and a 9 in there for me today. But I thought we controlled the game, man. We had a lot of chances, and we played well. I thought Ten Hag went for it. And I have to accept, look, if we want to play the kind of football that we like to watch, it comes with an element of risk. Every team, whether it's Barcelona, Manchester City, Liverpool, it gets caught on the ball. And when Maguire got caught, it's because we're getting dispossessed and they can get out quickly. It happens to everybody. If you want to play with that risk, you have to be good on the ball. And that's why today I thought, look, I want to go for them. I want to hem them in. Yeah. I want to push a high line. And to do that, we need Eriksen and Bruno playing there. And Casemiro will give us a bit of help. Dalot, I thought, did well. The only difference with that team today was I went with Malacia. But respect to Erik ten Hag, Wan-Bissaka was a certainty for me. And Dalot came in. But I thought everybody was really good today. It was a good 3 points. Well worth it.
Yeah, big up. Big up to you. Yeah, I did promise when I came back. Big up, Tom, as well. Thank you for joining us. Big up to everybody. Mundo, I'm going to come to you and Tom in a minute. But I did say at least I will try to sing the chorus. I've lost my voice. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Let you down.
On around and desert you.
Let you
Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye.
say goodbye.
Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. There you go.
That's
people.
the golden buzzer from me for that, Dino.
I promise, people. Big up Mopsy TV. Bruno's integral to our squad. We'll miss him hugely on Thursday, definitely. Truth Seeker says, Comedy FC, Neil Ashton, Cowardly FC. Hopefully these things don't return on Thursday. You know me too well, Truth Seeker. You've come to the right channel if you're seeking the truth, because we don't tell no lie here. We don't tell no lie. I'll come to you, Tom Bumbaye. So I'll come to you, Tom, and then we'll go to Mundo. In a minute, Mundo, are you there? I'll go to Tom first. Tom, talk to me. How did you see that game? I hope you're well.
Yeah. Listen, big up everybody as always in the chat and everything, and everybody on the panel as always. Hope everyone's doing well. Look, I think at the end of the day, we went into the game. We was missing a lot of players, and
Nine players.
When you were reading the preview, they were missing a lot of players. So it was, if you like, an evenly matched game ultimately. Keylor Navas, I thought, had the game of his life. I'll be honest. I really, really did, because this is what I was reiterating in the beginning. We're not ruthless in front of goal. We like to say that we've got a makeshift back four because it's not our main back four at the moment in time. Like, we don't even have a designated left back that's fully fit at this moment in time. That's how bad this is getting. When we go Wembley this next weekend, we won't even have a centre back partnership. That is like a centre back partnership. We have one centre back available, that is Victor Lindelof. So, in that case, the Brighton game is going to be difficult. This game, I mean, I thought Anthony, we were speaking before the game about players who need to step up in this game. Anthony brought it. He brought what we've been waiting for. And it wasn't, how can I say, it wasn't predictable. And you know something? Nuruddin, where's your glasses at, brother? Where's your glasses at, mate? I think I need to use them, you know. I saw Anthony cross the ball with his right foot for once. He has got a right foot, ultimately. But listen, at the end of the day, with Anthony, we've been waiting for those sort of link-up plays that he can bring. We know his weight of pass is sometimes quality, but we just don't have the runners who run in behind. Dalot did that today. He made that run from deep, and ultimately we got the goal. Overall, I was pleased. Martial, I thought, was brilliant for the time that he was on the field. But he obviously can't play 90 minutes. We can't take that risk. At the end of the day, we've got a big game on Thursday that we've got to try and win. So we need to try and conserve some of the players. And I think with what Erik ten Hag has looked at now with his squad is he's losing more people than he's getting back. That's the only thing. And I think it is, if you like, damage limitations as to, I need to protect some people more so than others, because I can leave Bruno on the field for 90 minutes because I know he doesn't hardly get injured. Same thing with Casemiro. But you take someone like Martial, for example, who we've only just got back and he's missed pretty much 3/4 of the season. Like, it's a madness. But Maguire, I mean, listen, first 5 minutes, mate, he was shaking. If he was not, shivering in his boots, I don't know what. At the end of the day, any single chance he had the ball, the crowd were on his arse. Any single duel that he had, and the player was backing into him, he just didn't look comfortable in the first sector of the game. He grew into the game ultimately over the time, and I thought he was okay. I don't think he was the worst person in the field, but I don't think he was the best. He was if you like a steady Eddie, he was okay in the game. Victor Lindelof, for me, stand out of the defensive sort of area. Wan-Bissaka as well, mate. Like, the improvement Erik ten Hag's, given him as well, I think is absolutely out of this world, because he didn't even used to know how to run past a player. Now he can run past three. Like, it's good coaching. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of us probably were saying maybe in January, when we were getting to that point, when he didn't even play any games and he wasn't even in the squad, maybe Erik ten Hag just don't fancy him. And ultimately, he's brought him back from the dead, if you like, and stuck him back in the team. Sancho, Sancho was a difficult conversation to have because he tried today. I can say that he tried, but it just wasn't his day. He got past a couple of players, in different times. He was, stretching to the byline, trying to put a ball in the box, but he just doesn't have that killer instinct anymore. He's not like, and I know it's easy to say he's not the player that we bought from Dortmund. You just don't have that killer instinct where you think he's going to cut inside and blast one in the top corner or anything like that. He's just not that player. Inside the 18-yard box, trying to flick it to the back post for somebody to get onto, or a striker or something, brilliant. But apart from that, I don't really see where the consistency is at the end of the day. And if you want a player who's low sense of gravity, can play to the byline, can stick a ball in the box and everything, listen, you've got Palestra on the bench who can do the exact same thing. So I don't really see where the consistency element comes in from it with Sancho. But look, we've said it before and we'll always say it with players, just as my final point. Players need a consistent run of games before we can judge them in a team. He's had now, is it 3 games, 3 games now consistent in the team? You need at least maybe a minimum of 5 to 8 games. If we take it from now till the end of the season, for example, and then we're still not seen much, then I think it's cause for concern. Because he's had his opportunity that a player like Garnacho has taken majority of the season. Palestra, for example, against Real Betis, he took his opportunity. And he hasn't been back in the side. So we have to look at it from that. And I mean, Erik ten Hag as well, the way he's managed the game, I thought, especially from when we got the first goal, yes, it was scrappy, if you like. It wasn't the clear-cut tap-in, as people will call it. But listen, I don't care how we have to win. We just have to win at the end of the day. And Newcastle bricked it when they went to Villa Park. You take Spurs yesterday. You take all the different elements of those games and you make it about yourself. And now, at the end of the day, we've busted another, 2 points away from Spurs and 3 points away from both of them. Like, we need the points more than the performances at this moment in time.
100%.
That's just how I see it.
100%, Tom. Rooney says, Dalot cost us the goal too. Almost cost it. Let me know when you're talking about. With his bad touch. Yeah. With his bad touch, 100%. Maguire, this is what for Boumbaye. Maguire could have gotten a second yellow card for that clumsy tackle. Also nearly cost us a pen for the handball. I've seen those handballs given, and I'm not just saying that it was because of him, because he was just Harry Maguire. I've got nothing against him. I just don't think he's a Manchester United player. That's just me personally. Nuruddin, Ten Hag said the reason why Maguire right-hand side is because his angles are not good on the left-hand side and it's too difficult. Of course it is. We can see that. It's very difficult for him to defend with his left foot. Of course he can't defend, but Lindelof is a bit more. Lindelof was good. I thought Eriksen, for not knowing that he was starting the game, for him to know 15 minutes before to come on, I thought he was brilliant. We dominated the midfield. We said, we talked about it on here, that they play in transitional moments. That's what they usually play to. So that's what it is. Mundo, how did you see that game? If you can hear us. Can you hear us? Mundo's having connection issues today. Hello, Mundo, can you hear us?
I just want to say, while you're waiting for Mundo, I think for me, a moment in a game doesn't define a 90-minute performance. I just think we should bear that in mind. People might disagree with that, but that's how I see it.
100%. Listen, I agree. But the most critical moments for United where hearts were in their mouths was the yellow card that he got for doing a sumo wrestling kind of WWF kind of thing with a guy, and then the penalty, like for the handball, and then he could have got the second yellow. That's 3 massive moments in the game where if the decisions went against us, he cost us a goal. Mundo, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, Mundo, can you hear me? Neil Ashton's proper did him tonight. Mundo, can you hear us?
No, he's not working, is it?
No, he's not working. Mundo.
He's stunned, he's lost for words. He's stunned. It's happened.
This was my reaction when Anthony put that ball in with the right foot. Like, he's got one after all.
I mean, kick him
No,
out.
really,
Hopefully he'll come back.
really good.
Yeah, just remove if you remove Nuruddin, and then you can try and join back
Yeah.
when it connects.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. big up.
Nuruddin, can I just break in to say something while we wait for Mundo?
Yeah.
I just want to applaud the referee for in today's game. You know, Simon Hooper. I think he made a really good game. You know, he didn't spend any time on stupid handballs and stuff like that, making VAR checks and everything. He made the game flow, and
Flow, yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
he solved the game really good, and he has good understanding of the game. He's not trying to be the center of attention, because you saw when for example Weghorst pushed the defender with his arm, he could have given a red card for violent conduct. And Martial, while he was winning the ball before the first goal, many referees could have instantly given a free kick on that one.
Right.
And Maguire's second yellow. You know, the referee was excellent. He didn't try to make himself the center of attention.
Yeah.
So we can be harsh on the refs when they do bad jobs, but we have to give them credit when they do good jobs.
Yeah.
Well said. It was good today. You're right.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. Listen, a lot of people are going to talk about Sancho. Sancho being like a little bit scapegoated. I thought his body language was good today. I really thought his body language was good today, and that he wanted the ball. Obviously, we talked about it last night on here. We said it for the preview that they play very narrow, and the positions to find them was the wide spaces. That's what's it to find them. Mundo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, Neil Ashton has given Mundo a break. I can hear you. Everybody in the chat, I'm bummed by saying that you stunned Man United won. That's why you were not like the way you were. So talk to me. How did you see the game today?
I'll start with the positives. I thought Eriksen and Bruno were exceptional. And for the last however many months, we've all been fretting over can change the way that our team plays. But I think we've all been sleeping on is just as important as Casemiro. And when I was watching the game today, I actually thought, when I was watching the game, I thought Casemiro had a bad game because I wasn't seeing him in the game. But on reflection, it wasn't that he was having a bad game. It's just that
we were in
what we're
control.
used to seeing is him flying all over the place, putting out all these fires, right? Because he didn't need to do that.
Yeah, because we were in control, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, the internet, man, the internet. Mundo's internet's moving like, what can we say? What is it moving like?
It's not moving. That's the problem.
Listen, it's moving like Maguire. Maguire for that tackle in the first 2 minutes. Mundo, come back, man.
Yeah. But
You know what?
great. Yeah, so on.
Let me just
You
get
know
the
what?
listen, let me just get the super chat. Adewale Adeleke says, you and Saeed can't be streaming at the same time. Who to watch? Wanna add Bruno was good today. Anthony was man of the match. Martial looked very good. Big up, brother. Yeah. Listen, it's the way it is, isn't it? Sometimes, isn't it? It's the way the cookie crumbles, bro. It's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm sure you can channel hop like some of you do. You could be channel serving. You'd be hopping right, left, and center, brother. No problem. But thank you so much for the super chat. Go ahead. You were saying, Jarvis. You were saying something.
Yeah. I was just saying that I observed the same thing as Mundo. We didn't see Casemiro at all, but it comes down to the control of Bruno and Eriksen. So it was obvious that we were in control. So for me, today Eriksen's performance is probably one of the best I have seen from that guy, because he controlled the tempo. Excellent. You know, he's so slick when he just do 1 and 2 touch passes, gives the ball to Bruno, and then we see the best of Bruno because Eriksen is so slick with his passes, so fast and so technical and give good passes. So Bruno gets 1 second extra, 2 second extra, and he can just ping those balls and dictate the play offensively. So Eriksen and Bruno today was great together. And when we see Eriksen play, you kind of think, okay, this is Ten Hag ball because he makes everything click. He makes everything click. He puts up Bruno, and Bruno provides the ball to the forwards and strikers, and we attack all over the last third, and we shift play very fast with tempo. So Anthony have the ball, and we shift it over to Sancho. Sancho shifted back, and we stretch the Nottingham Forest defense and get a lot of chances. So I'm really pleased with the way we played today, and especially I think Eriksen was the key opener to the door opener to fix Ten Hag ball.
Yeah, big up 100%. Everybody's saying Mundo's internet. Somebody says, Neil Ashton, you are under arrest. One day we hope. Workhorse internet, workhorse connection, and then Natalie put it, Mundo's internet's moving like United sail. Brilliant. Rocking 56 style. There you go. We're work a lot on good set pieces too. No, definitely today we controlled the midfield, and 100%. I think I 100% believe and think that Eriksen was a large part of that game. But I thought Anthony was superb today. Honestly, that pass was absolutely incredible. The pass was better than the goal for me, because there's certain passes that are just incredible. But the pass in that moment, because 1-0 is still a fragile need, that's when they started making. Jarvis said before the game on Twitter that they'd gone quite defensive. They started off with a defensive team, and then they came back. Towards the end when it was still 1-0, they went for it and they started making attacking substitutions. And it was one of those in that game where, wow, the goal came at perfectly the right time. And I thought that pass from Anthony was absolutely superb. Mundo, can you hear us? Hello, Mundo. Mundo?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's moving like Arsenal over the last 2 games. Getting all ahead of steam and then collapsing.
Mundo, you should try the phone. Listen, why don't you try your internet phone? It might be better.
Yeah. Let's see if this works. It's all right for now. But
okay.
Yeah, as I was saying before, with Casemiro, he had a bit understated game, and that's because he wasn't carrying in the midfield, which is what we've been used to over the last 2 to 3 months. And that was because Eriksen was pivotal. And what that also allowed was Bruno to get forward and just create havoc. Because the ball was getting passed through the midfield into Bruno, and then he was just picking his spot. And they couldn't live with our field. So that's the positives. Wan-Bissaka, I've got to say, every time I watch him, I'm thinking, we need to keep hold of this guy. I honestly think we need to keep hold of him. I think that he's impressing me. He's our best fullback. I would say he's our best fullback at the moment.
Facts.
The way that he's turned his game around, how comfortable he is on the ball, how he plays in spaces, how he plays in midfield, steps into midfield. I'm surprised. So hats off to the kid for him for turning that around. Hats off to the coaches for developing his game. But I have a feeling we're going to get rid of him. I just think, and I don't think it's because of his ability, and I think that our coaching staff probably can see that they could develop him. But I think that he's probably, in terms of raising funds, we'll probably get more money for him than we would Dalot. So I think we're going to sign. Anthony Martial went about his job efficiently, didn't overexert himself. Thank God, we need him for the running, so we can't afford to have him injured. And so some good performances all around. Lindelof, so I've got to take my L on this one because I did say hit it long and Speedy Gonzalez and whatever. I'm stuck by his guns. And in the first 3 minutes, I thought I'd been vindicated because Harry Maguire, the very thing I said was the reason why we couldn't play that way.
You text me after 3 minutes,
with Harry Maguire.
Brilliant.
I texted him after 3 minutes and said, "Look, this is what I'm talking about." But I think, in fairness, Lindelof was the reason why we were able to play the way we played today, because he was passing the ball through the lanes, and he was comfortable on the ball. He was getting himself out of difficult situations and not panicking. Now, I don't want to go in too much on Maguire because I think what we have to take into account is this is a player that is, I think he's better than I don't think he's a great defender. I don't think he's a great player. I don't think he's Man United standard. But I think he's better than what we saw today. I think what we saw today was a very nervy player, low on confidence. That's why he was making those mistakes. Maguire, I'm talking about Maguire.
Listen,
and
Mundo, it's not for me. I'm sorry. Listen, Mundo, genuinely, I never want to argue with anybody, but the jury.
Can't do anything.
Oh no!
Are you there, Mundo?
What the one thing that I will go? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. The one thing that I will so I'm saying we could see.
Oh dear.
The internet. Hopefully it'll come back. Big up, Mundo. One of the right backs, Tosia, Eric and Howard. Listen, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a lot better than Frimpong. I've only watched Frimpong now and again, but I don't think he's that great. I think we need to try to keep him 100%. Mundo, you're back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on my phone now. I've
a lot better.
Here.
Oh my God, a lot better. So much better.
Yeah. I'm being sabotaged here. I don't know by who, but so with Maguire, look, everyone's going to be killing him on Twitter and online or whatever. So I'm not going to go in too hard on the guy because at the end of the day, we all know he's got no future at Manchester United. He's been gone in the summer. He is what he is. He's a backup central defender. So putting aside the 80 million price tag and the fact that he's the captain, the reality is he's fifth choice centre half. And today he played like a fifth choice centre half. So we can't expect any more. And the thing is, the one thing that I will criticise him on is for a guy that's that size and he's the captain and he is an experienced player, I don't understand what was happening on set pieces, why he was not taking control of the situation. When you've got guys standing on your keeper, throw them out the way. It protects your goalkeeper. Our goalkeeper, we know, right? Everybody knows he's not good on crosses, doesn't command his area. You've got to protect him. You're as a captain and the big centre half, you've got to, so that's the one thing, because we got in some hairy situations on those set pieces, and I'm worried that if we come up against better teams with better quality, that we're going to pay the price if we don't sort that out. So Ten Hag needs to have a conversation with his defenders, centre halves in particular, Harry Maguire, and because De Gea is De Gea, right? We know that he's a weakling. He's never going to command his area, and that is clearly now a tactic that teams are using to target us. Be interesting to see what Brighton do, because I know that Brighton are not particularly known for set pieces, but will they mix it up on Saturday or Sunday when we play them? And the final thing I will say is on Dalot at left back. Now, I did say in the preview that I would go with Dalot at left back. Yeah,
you're right.
And he played very well. And what's going to be interesting is what Ten Hag does against Sevilla and what he does on Sunday in terms of, does he bring Malacia back in or does he keep Dalot at left back?
Mundo
personally,
Malacia is injured. He's got a knee injury.
all right, so there's the answer then. So it will be Dalot.
Yeah, that's why he didn't play today. Malacia would have played today, 100% if he was fit. But
isn't
he
it
didn't
funny?
play because he's not fit. 9 injuries now. Manchester United got 9 injuries. Almost another full team. I'm going to go to, this is the stats for Aaron Wan-Bissaka today. Selling Aaron Wan-Bissaka will be a mistake. Aaron Wan-Bissaka won 93 first of his first one-on-one duels won on any player in the Premier League. We should not sell him. He's still young. Jarvis, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, this was a huge win because of the result yesterday for Spurs and the result for Newcastle. This was a crucial win. Are we getting a bit overexcited? We need to remember, and somebody says here, listen, even with our full team, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult against Brighton. And I think we need to just calm down a little bit because I think getting a bit too, in terms of the way that we are, here it is. It's Northern still Brighton full team stronger than ours. We shouldn't get too goody with this first team. No, 100%. I think it's going to be very interesting, but I think they had a lot of injuries as well. We've got to be fair to Nottingham Forest. They are low on confidence. They've not won in 10 games. They've not won. So they are at the crucial part. They're getting lots of injuries and they're not winning games. This was the 3rd win in a row in the Premier League. I think we won the first one 1-0, 2-0, and then 2-0 today. Our next league games, if I'm not mistaken, is it Spurs? It's Spurs away, isn't it? That's our next league game. Spurs away on the 27th. So that's going to be interesting. Jarvis, we need to put it in perspective. I think it was a big win because Nottingham Forest are usually good at home. They had a lot of injuries. We dominated the game. Should have been 5 or 4, but we need to put it in perspective.
Yeah, we could have scored more, but we have struggled with the same thing all season. That's our to be clinical. But I think for the rest of the season we have to rely on Martial to be the central person in attack. Today we didn't see much. I heard people say that Martial didn't have a good game at all, or he had a decent game but not good enough. People expect more, but if you saw how he played this game, he did really well binding up the Nottingham Forest defenders. They had a handful with him. I think they had three central defenders, and all of them were on Martial all the time. So with just him being there, created space for our wingers. And as you said yesterday, we could win the match on the side because they play very narrow. So Martial really helped out. And in the first goal, you could see that he has toughened up now because he has bulked up and he's a little bit more physical in his play as when we use him as a striker. So I just wish that Martial could figure out his injury problems because he's a really good player, and I would love to have him on for the future, but I'm not sure how we're going to fix his injury problems. And our attack today was good. Sancho is good dropping down and progressing the ball forward, but it stops, and then he stops and dilly-dally with the ball. So he lacks a little bit end product. But today, I think Sancho was better because Dalot was really bombing forward with the pace and power, and he made it easier for Sancho. And the thing with Dalot, he did the same thing as the Borussia Dortmund left back used to do when Sancho played there. The name called Rafael Guerrero. He was always bombing on, but he was not only on the outside; he went on the inside and centrally. So he was supporting Sancho in every attack, and I think it helped out Sancho tremendously. And on the other side, Anthony, he in the beginning of the game he did his usual. He was on his left foot all the time, very predictable. But something happened. He grew into the game and was better and better and better. And in the end, he was probably the most impactful player we had on the field. So he could have scored several goals. Yeah. So I was really happy with our attack today.
Yeah, big up Jarvis. Irfan, welcome, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yourself? I was just having a little bit of late dinner, so apologies for being late. But hope all is good. Hope everyone's good, boys.
How did you watch the game, F? Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course I watched the game. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Well, to be honest with you, I went in the game a little bit apprehension, trepidation, whatever adjective you want to use. I didn't really have after seeing the 2 goals go in and seeing the Maguire calamity and then him starting and then him getting the yellow card straight away. I was like, oh no. And to be honest with you, the first half felt to me like it was a championship game. It didn't feel like a Premier League game with 2 sides of quality. I didn't see that at all. And I could see what they were doing. Like I said, they played quite narrow actually. And that tactic of getting 6 plays and waiting for to score off a dead ball or some kind of free kick, a corner, etc. It's championship stuff. So I was like, okay, they've looked at the only weakness they've got. I mean, they've only got one really killer player. That's the guy on the right. Is it Brennan Johnson? He's the only guy. He gave us problems last night. He's just a very, very good player. This guy. He's slick.
I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought Lindelof, because we dominated the midfield so good and we limited their transitional play because that's how they play.
Yeah,
we talked about it last night. I thought we limited it, and he was not in the game at all. He
was completely marked out of the game. He was. I mean, like I said, I think in terms of the space, we narrowed the space that he could. He didn't have anywhere to move because I think the fullbacks were moving in, weren't they? Were they pushing in? I don't know. Every time I looked at him, he always had somebody on him. He didn't have any space to maneuver or to get a run at our defenders. I didn't see that, so I put that down to Ten Hag. But
the connection between him and Gibbs White was stopped because the midfield, we dominated the midfield.
And they're actually not bad at home. They don't lose very often at home, do they? They don't. That's what I was thinking, because I was looking at the record and thinking, where are they? Because we've had a pretty good weekend in many ways because all the results have gone our way.
No, that was crucial today. It was so. That's why.
No, but I said, listen, but Nuruddin, I went into this game thinking, because I saw how scratchy we were at the end of the Sevilla game, right? I thought, I'll take a draw. We're rubbish away. We're not great away. I'll take a draw. But to see how we changed it in the second half, I was like, wow. I mean, it was. I could give I could spend quite a lot of time talking about every single player. And pretty much every player, even Maguire in the second half, I thought he settled himself. He was very shaky in the first half, right? And you saw how the fans were on him. Those fans were on him every time he touched the ball. They were booing, hissing, etc., trying to make him lose his head. And he's the kind of guy that could lose his head, but he managed to keep it together in the second half. I thought Bruno had a fantastic game. I thought Eriksen was brilliant in the second half as well. We took control. Anthony had one of his best games I've ever seen for Man United. I'd never seen him play like that, to tell you the truth. In fact, he even shot with the right foot. I was quite wowed by that. Wan-Bissaka had a solid game. Sancho was better than he's been, but I still expect more. Martial, crucial, because the way he drops deep to get the ball, the way he can hold the ball, the way he can drop a knee, left, right, move. He does all the things that no Man United player can do. And that's why I wish this guy could keep fit, because if he could keep fit, we had this guy, we'd be on the road to being a much better team next year. But he took him off as a precaution again, because he knows how vital he is against Sevilla. He's needed. So, very, very good game management from Ten Hag today. I can't criticize him. The players did very well in the second half to manage the way they, tell you the truth, their keeper had a brilliant game. Keylor Navas had a brilliant game today, I have to admit. And, I didn't know that their away ground was that noisy. I didn't realize it was such a boisterous ground, Nottingham Forest's ground. I was amazed.
I said it last night. Yeah, it's one of the old school grounds of English football. Very tight, right on the pitch.
Honestly, I forgot. Listen, I'm old enough to remember Brian Clough. I remember when Forest won the European Cup. You know, I remember how they used to win. I remember us signing Gary Birtles. You guys won't remember a guy called Gary Birtles, will you? No, you won't. So I'm saying Gary Birtles was the guy that we signed off Forest, and so they had, you know, they had the. John McGovern, had the Scottish winner Robertson and Trevor Francis. I mean, when I first went to watch Trevor Francis at Main Road in the 80s when he was revealed as the first £1 million footballer. I know a lot about their history because when I was a kid, they were the team from Britain that would go and win the European Cup. So I know they've been in the doldrums for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever, they come back. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for them, but I'm so relieved. I mean, to be honest, let's be honest, Sabitzer groin injury. I was like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? What is going on with this team, right?
Ike is injured. Apparently, a twinge on his groin. Let's hope it's not.
Listen, Nuruddin, I was thinking today before they picked the teams, I thought, well, Sabitzer's on a bit of a form. We need this guy. Then I look at the team news and like, where is he? Where is he? He's not there. It's like, what is going on, right? Because I think if he was playing today, I think we would have scored more goals. I really think we would have scored more goals because he gets in good positions. And like he's got a great shot on this guy. So I was a bit surprised. So when I look back at it, it was all round, considering I said in the last game that we need to dig deep. And obviously some people mocked me for saying dig deep. But I think those players dug deep today. I think they managed to get themselves together and say, we're going to do this. Because, look, you know we have a brilliant home record. You know, we've not lost 25 games or whatever it is, right? But our away record is shaky. And it doesn't need to be as bad as it is. It doesn't need to be. And I'm hoping the players will take away from that performance that we can perform away. We don't have to be this weak because, I mean, our sort of game management and our passing. I mean, that's what I mean. Ericsson back today. Ericsson's passing. I loved it today. I loved the way he was moving the ball constantly and looking like getting closer to the Ericsson of old. I really was impressed by him today. Behind the scenes, pulling the strings. I thought it had a brilliant game. Like I said, Anthony played really, really well for me. Like I said, he showed me things I've been doubted. And you know, his mad thing today, I think because someone asked me before the game, I said, what's your worry with United's team? I said, look, we got Sancho and we got Anthony, right? We got two guys who should be delivering, but they don't deliver. And I said to him, can you look at the stats for me for how many assists Anthony had this year? And he came back to me and said 0. And am I correct? It was 0 before today. I got a feeling this guy's had no assists. And today he shoots with the right foot. I think even crossed with the right foot. And the assist for the second goal was a thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. That the way what I loved about it is he managed the pace of the run, sort of delaying it, like a Messi pass. That's like a Messi pass, where you're just holding your speed, sort of like in slow motion, waiting for the guy, and the guy makes a late run, bang, bang, bang. You know, any top team would be proud of a goal like that. So
I have the noodle pass, and
it was a Messi pass. That's a Messi pass, Nuruddin. That is a Messi pass. To control the speed of the pass was beautiful. So I'm hoping that these things have lifted our confidence. I'm really hoping, because we are a confidence team, right? And let's be honest about this.
Question.
Yeah.
From Windy, answer the question from Windy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Nuruddin, you know when we meet up in private, even every time I see you outside of the stream, I'm saying to you, look, I don't trust Varane. Much as I love the guy, because we got, I love him because Maguire's terrible. Let's be honest. Maguire's never a Man United player. Maguire's never, in the 40 years I've watched Man United, he's the worst centre back we've ever had, right? Worse, okay? Now look, what I'm saying to you is, when I watch Varane to me is like a Martial in terms of injuries. He's only slightly better. He's too fragile now. And I was thinking we buy that guy Kim from Napoli. I'd love to take that guy. I'd take that guy, okay? We need another guy to replace Varane, because Varane is only stopgap. Same with Casemiro. We ain't going to find another guy, but we need another guy like Casemiro to take his place as well. And to tell you the truth, if you want to make this team deadly, you need a replacement for Bruno. Bruno was brilliant today. Since Bruno's gone in that low-lying sort of position and been asked to move away, I really rate his performance today. I absolutely loved the guy. And he looked fresh today. And I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he plays that many games and still shows up today. I like him in his deeper role. I really do like him in his different role. But there are so many positives to take away from this game because I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Well, Irfan,
You know, we might lose.
Listen, we cannot get too giddy. I think they have about 7 or 8 players injured. They've got a huge squad.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, but Nuruddin, you got listen. How many players we got injured?
9 of it.
Right. So, okay. So that evens each other out. No, and listen, I don't want to negate the fact. I don't want to, you know. I don't want to like give this the, you know, like the props it does deserve or it doesn't deserve. It doesn't matter how good or bad, how many players they were missing. We were away and we're a shaky team away. We are, like I said, I'm going to repeat, we need to build confidence. We've got the running. This is the time. And anyone who watches football regular knows that these are the games that count more than anything. We have to be on the money. This game has given me 5 to 20, you know, even I'd say between 5 and 20% more confidence for the away game against Sevilla because that is it. We're going to the cauldron. So today proved we've had such a brilliant weekend. I don't know how many weekends we have like this where we win, all our rivals lose, and we go 3 points clear. I don't know how many points we have to get to get to automatic third. As get third, I don't know how many. I think it's 3-4 games, might be 5 games. I don't know. We need to win. And we got 3 or 4 at home at least. I know. I'm just hoping that builds our confidence. But look, Nuruddin, you know and I know. We said this before. We can't compete against City, etc. Well, City, for example, City have got 2 teams. We have 1 and a bit teams. Okay, you know, and that's why the reason they win is because they've got 2 teams. We have to hope that we don't get any more injuries, and these guys manage to keep it together and show the fight that they showed today away. I'm not cared about home. I want them to be a serious team that competes away, and that's what I want from United for the next 8-9 games.
I'll stay with you here. I'll stay with you. Who's your man of the match for the game today?
Very hard to pick one, to tell you the truth. I could have gone
Anthony just because of that pass.
Yeah, I could go. I was going to go Anthony or Bruno. I was going to go for one of those 2. I mean, I will go Anthony because of that assist.
Bruno officially got it from the sky.
But Bruno, Nuruddin, I mean, look, we missed 2. I mean, the header that Martial didn't even put on target. The header Bruno didn't put on target. I mean, come on, man, come on. A number 9, a striker would have finished those 2, or at least like, you know, made it having to make a keeper. So look, I know we've got a lot of weaknesses still, but I'll take it all day long. I'm just hoping that Rashford gets fit quick because Rashford and Martial will be good combo.
I just want to go back to Mumbai. Big up Alfie Kennedy, buddy. Listen, I used to be the CEO and the founder of Martial FC, but it shows what you know. For me, if you're not fit, I don't need you at my football club. See you later, mate. To me, the only thing that if you have to be on the pitch, he's not 21, he's not 23, he's 27, 28 now. He needs to go and figure out what his body is, eat the right food, sleep at the right time, and look after himself to be available for a Saturday for 2 games or 3 games in a week. Other than that, I'm not hearing for that. You can be
wait, Nuruddin, wait a second, Nuruddin.
Let me finish. You can be talented as you want, or you can be good for the team as you want. But if you ain't available, if you're injured, I don't want you at my football club. Simple. Bombay, I'm gonna quickly go to you.
But hang on, Nuruddin. Before you go to Bombay, let me just say though, you know, let's say I'm Martial's manager. Let's say I'm his agent, right? I don't know what he came from Monaco, right? Yeah. I don't know what his injury record was like in Monaco. Do you know?
No. Irfan, his injury record at Man United wasn't that bad. His injury record got bad when during a lockdown. After that season, he had a phenomenal season where they were all scored. I think him, number 11, and Rashford all scored like 60-something goals. The season after that, he started getting injuries here and there, and the rest is history.
Okay.
So he never had a really bad injury record. He would just get injured now and again. But now it's become ridiculous. The midfield was good. So Mumbai, Sancho. I thought Sancho's body language was a lot better. But there was one moment where he lost the fullback. And instead of sprinting back, the fullback then overloaded because Diego Dalot had 1 person. And the striker was next to Lindelof. And the guy was free. And they got a corner from it. That Welsh kid who used to play for Liverpool. He literally ran past Sancho, and Sancho didn't sprint to close him down or try to get the ball off him. And I'm like, nah, mate, I'm not here for that. In this modern football away grounds, you've got to do your effing defensive work, mate. Listen, in modern football, you can't carry any special player anymore. So Mumbai, quickly, what did you think of his overall performance? I thought he made some really good runs. and Bruno and Ericsson didn't
Let
respond.
me.
They didn't listen. They didn't release the ball in time. But I thought he wanted it. He showed more heart today. His body language was good, but nothing came up for him. And then he flashed a couple of balls across the 6 yards, and Martial is in his toes outside of the box. So go ahead.
Well, I'll say two things. The first one, Sancho had a good game today. Sancho gets a 7 today. So he does well-deserved 7. I thought today, for me, Sancho is somebody I'm getting acquainted with only at Manchester United. I don't know anything about Borussia Dortmund. What I know about them is they commit a lot of men forward and saturate the attacking third of the pitch. And he can, what I think his strengths are, he's a little bit of a free spirit. I think he has to understand a little bit more his multiple job roles playing in that position and his responsibilities when he has and hasn't got the ball. For me, he's a free spirit in the sense that what I like about him, he is quintessentially pass and move, pass and move. Thought today, we know his quality with the ball. He's very technical. He likes to have the ball, and he displayed that today. I said to Mundo, we were playing a game. I think it was Sevilla. Was it Sevilla? I can't remember. We were watching a game, and I said the problem or the deficiency that I would like to see more in our wingers, and Sancho specifically, as well as Anthony to a lesser extent, I would like a little bit more Arjen Robben in there. Jarvis was saying he progresses the ball, then we come to a standstill. A bit more directness, make those yards up to that goal. That's what I would like to see. To me, man, he had a good game. I thought he had a good game. He passes and he moves well, but he will improve the more he plays, the more he gets acquainted with what he has to do constantly. And I think the more we get comfortable in committing men forward, he likes to play off of people quickly. Bam, move, bam, move. I've never had an issue with that. And that's what I'd say about him. He had a good game today. I like what he did. Martial for me.
Who was your man of the match? Quickly.
Just before that, Martial, let me just tell you 2 cents here. My issue with this player is not that he's not talented with the ball at his feet. He also can play intricately. He likes to play off of people. There's a lot of moments when you watch Martial, and this is the reason we need a predator, somebody with real instinct for goal that lives and breathes goals. That's not him. He likes to go after and search for the ball when he's not in the game too much. He drops deep. And sometimes, instead of dropping deep, recycling and going again to occupy that central space and the defenders, he will linger in an area where the ball has progressed past him, and then he's not there to attack it. There was 3 instances today where if Martial is a predator, he's in the vicinity to receive those passes. And that's a common theme of Martial when you watch him. He's a good player, but I don't believe he is the answer for Manchester United. If we're looking for a real goal scorer, he's not Harry Kane. If you're looking for somebody else, like a Firmino type, link up play, be a bit more dynamic and intricate, okay, it'll be interesting to see what Erik ten Hag signs as a striker. That will tell me what we're trying to do. To have him as a backup guy or something a little bit different is fine. But he's not my first choice by any stretch of the imagination. My man of the match today is Bruno.
Okay, big up. Jarvis, quickly. Who's your man of the match today, and what did you think of Sancho? I thought he showed, other than that, at times defensively he was lacking. He should have defended back. And at one time, they got a corner from that, who could have been very dangerous when he lost the fullback. But go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to Sancho, I have become very aware of his weaknesses. So when I watch the game, I get really frustrated when I see he backs out of a tackle and doesn't put his body on the line and stuff that I have repeated endlessly on this channel. So he has a lot to improve. But I think he had a good game today, as Bombaye was saying. So I'm pleased with Sancho's performance today. But who knows what kind of Sancho turns up in the next game? Maybe it will be the little boy with gloves and who's afraid to go into tackles but he's. I'm not sure if I'm even willing to give him time. I think we're at the stage that he has from now to the end of the season to perform and show what he's made of. And if he can't perform in now that Rashford is injured and we need players like him to step up, if he can't perform, well, tough luck. Maybe we can find another club for him or send him on loan or something and give space for Ahmad or some of the other youngsters.
Who was your man of the match?
My man of the match was Christian Eriksen. I think he was brilliant. He has the thing that I said earlier, dictating the tempo of the game. That's the crucial part that we have been missing. And the crucial part Ten Hag needs to play the kind of football he wants to play. We need to dictate the tempo and dominate the midfield. And today we did it, and we saw the end result. So I'm very happy with Christian Eriksen, and I hope he can play at least 70 minutes against Sevilla before he gasses out. But hopefully he can do that.
Go. Mundo, who's your man of the match? And what do you think of Sancho quickly?
I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think it's going to work out at Manchester United for Sancho. That's my honest opinion.
Interesting, very interesting.
And the reason I say that is, look, he played okay today. The whole team played well. But if you were to rank him out of all the 11 players, he'd probably rank near the bottom. I think for me, there's probably only Maguire. And yeah, I think only Maguire played worse than him today. So he was competent, but he didn't get me on the edge of my seat. He didn't really contribute that much in the attack. There was a few times, I can't remember who played the ball over the top, and he was running through. And rather than put the jet on, he kind of checked back, and I was like, why didn't you just run through and square the ball? There was that incident where Nico Williams, what you were describing, where Nico Williams just kind of strolled through the team, won a corner, when Sancho didn't even try and stop him, let the fullback run all the way up the pitch. So, I mean, maybe that's just me being hypercritical, but the reason why I don't think it's going to work for him is because, let's be honest, Rashford's fit, he starts on the left. On the right, Anthony plays if he's fit. We know that our manager likes inverted wingers. That's the profile of player that he wants. And we've also got, don't forget, we've got Garnacho. Okay, he's up for the season, but he'll be back next season. He's going to be the understudy to Rashford on the left. And I think Ahmad's going to be the understudy because he's left-footed, inverted winger. He's going to be the understudy to Anthony on the right. So why are we going to have a £73 million winger who's third choice left winger, third choice right winger?
I think in a team where Man United keep possession, I think he might maybe use as a number 10. But Mundo, quickly, listen, I want to go watch match of the day. Who is your man of the match today?
I'm going to give it to Bruno just because I think it was between him and Anthony. Obviously, Anthony made the biggest contribution, goal and assist. But I just think Bruno set the tone, he set the tempo from the minute one. And in that first half, he was head and shoulders above everybody. He was clear of everybody. Anthony was very erratic in the first half, had a great second half. But Bruno set the tone. And honourable mention to Eriksen, because I think that the one thing that he was doing today, which is very understated, and not one of our other midfielders can do it. It's that first time ball around the corner. Back, he's got his back to play. He's facing our goal. Our centre halves play into him, and he's able to do that ball around the corner and straight away sets us on the attack. And we don't have anybody else in the team who can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm giving it to Bruno.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, my man of the match is Anthony, because for me, the pass was world class. And at that time, that crucial moment in the game, we needed that goal. We needed that second goal, because Nottingham Forest just made attacking substitutions. They were going for it, and the goal came perfect time. That killed them. That killed them psychologically and mentally. We'll take the win. The win was said. We needed the win by any means necessary. My internet's been infected by Mundo's internet right now, so it's good time to log off, people. But please, we're 70 short of 7,000. Subscribe to the channel, like and share, people. Let people know about the community. And yeah, never gonna let you down. Hold tight. I agree with Jarvis, man of the match, Ericsson. Like the metronome, keep up ticking in the right way. Remind me of Carrick. Yeah, that's how it is. It is. We'll be live tomorrow at 6:30 with a normal podcast, Monday night podcast with Tom and Saeed, hopefully. So see you then, people. But smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the notification bell because it lets you know when we're next live. Big up to everybody. Before we go, I'll just get this on here. Yeah, if you want to see my wild takes, there you go on Twitter. And quickly, we'll go like this. Irfan Rainey, at Irfan Rainey. You can follow Instagram, a lot of music. He did a 5-hour incredible set last night, playing brilliant music, brilliant Afro house music.
Hey, I played your Ralph McDonald, man. I played your Steel Pan track, remember? My version of it, yeah? We've got a great video of you in Nuruddin tomorrow. Someone sent me.
Yeah. Big up Bowley77, Jarvis Cocker. Go make sure you follow him as well. And then you got Mighty Mundo, who never highly tweets. Tonight, Neil Ashton got him, but he's undefeated. He still made it somehow through his phone to get on here. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night for that Monday night podcast. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my friends on the Weekly Armchair Sport, because it's one of my favorite channels. I follow them all the time, but they're a small channel. So if people wanna join them and take a look, I recommend it. Weekly Armchair Sport and All for United. That's the two my two favorite channels. But I'm alone in the chat, so we need more people and to support. It's really good people with great.
What, you're alone even in Norway with the how big United support is in Norway?
No,
you're alone.
About on the chat. He's talking about in the chat on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So we need more people. So people,
what's the channel called?
It's Weekly Armchair Sport and All for United. It's 2 channels.
Okay. Next time we'll do a show, Jarvis. We'll put it in the link. So let me know. Big up to everybody. Listen. Win, lose or draw, Manchester United have got nine players injured for the season. 9 players injured. 4 of them need to come back if we've got any chance against Brighton. Thursday, I'm not asked. I'm not asked. We get knocked out or not knocked out. I'm not asked. I'm not asked about it. Even
I am really.
We've gone that deep into it. So it is what it is. But love and light, people. Win, lose or draw, glaze out, bank us out. Peace, love, light. Take care, people. See you tomorrow night, 6:05. Peace.